Delegates from all over the country have converged in North Carolina to renominate President Barack Obama for another term as Commander-in-Chief. ABC News political commentator Cokie joins us now from Charlotte with what we can expect from the Democratic National Convention. Cokie, it's now the Democrats' turn to make their case for another 4 more years. What are some of the biggest challenges they face for re-election?
Well, Jason, the biggest challenge they face is the 8% plus unemployment rate and the fact that a vast majority of Americans say the country is headed in the wrong direction rather than going in the right track. And that number is something that we use as something of a gold standard for incumbent re-election. If that percentage of the people says the country is going in the wrong direction, it generally means an incumbent is in terrible trouble. The president has not been seen to be in terrible trouble. He's tied in the polls. He stays tied in the polls. No matter what happens, it seems that the president and Governor Romney stay tied. But he's got to do something to break that tie. And I guess their hope is that this convention will at least begin that, maybe, and seal it with the debates. But I think that is their challenge here, is to get Americans thinking that it's, even though the last 4 years have been rough, that it's worth re-electing Barack Obama for another 4 years.
And Cokie, you got Paul Ryan out there. He's trying to steal some of the Democrats' thunder campaigning in North Carolina with the message, "Are you better off today than you were 4 years ago?" How effective is that message, and what must the Democrats do to defend against it?
It's a very effective message, and he not only says that you're not better off than you were 4 years ago, he invokes the specter of Jimmy Carter and says, you know, the way things are now, it makes Carter's economy look like the good old days. So he brings up another, what he would say is a failed Democratic president, and this president he puts in the same category. And he is out there. He's going to be out there all morning on the television shows as hammering home that theme of you're not better off than you were 4 years ago. And the Democrats are now trying to answer that, saying, but in fact we are. The economy has improved, and it was terrible when the president took office, and millions of new jobs have been created. But they've got to be very careful about that, because at the same time that that's true, there's still an awful lot of people hurting, and so they can't seem to be insensitive to those people.
Well, I am anxious to see what happens over the next couple of days. That was ABC's new political commentator, Cokie. Cokie, it's such a great pleasure to talk with you again, and we'll continue to get updates from Cokie at the Democratic National Convention throughout the week.